Hey, what's up everybody? It's Andy with Run Guns, and today I'm going to be going over the Russian banned ammo situation that we have going on. I'm going to give you all some updates. I've seen a lot of misinformation out there, and my goal for this video is to kind of correct that and give you guys the latest information as we know it today. Now, of course, everything is subject to change, who knows, but at this moment in time, I do see some things out there that may not be true, so I'm going to go over that today. Also, I'm going to discuss what I've been doing over the past couple months with my personal ammo situation, and even recently what I've been doing. And at the end, I'm also going to discuss what are my predictions for the AK market, how it's going to affect some of these guns like Mosin Nagants, AK-47s, AKMs, everything out there right now. So if you guys like that kind of video, like, share, subscribe, and without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to a smaller channel out there, but doing really good content, Geoff. I just found them earlier today, and they're the ones that kind of put me on to some of this newer information. So I'll leave a link down below in case you want to check them out. But basically what we found out recently is that, first of all, a lot of people are throwing around this number of 40% of ammo supplies coming out of Russia. Well, that's not necessarily true. It's actually 40% of the steel ammunition coming from Russia, which accounts for about 4% of the total ammo supply in the United States. So that's the first correction that was brought up to light. Second one out there is what's going on with the actual ammo coming into the country. So as we understand it today, after September 7th, you are no longer allowed to submit a form called a Form 6. And what this Form 6 does is it gives them permission to import this ammunition into the country. Now, from what I understand, once they have Form 6, which was submitted before September 7th, that's already passed, they have 12 months to deliver that requested ammunition into the country. So that's 12 months of time, which is a lot different than if they just said September 7th, no more ammunition coming into the country. Now, there's still going to be a run on ammunition regardless, because people know that after a certain amount of time, this ammo is not coming in anymore. But to be honest, it seems like a good amount is still going to be able to creep in over the next couple months, although prices are already high. I was looking at Palmetto State Armory today, and they're actually pricing this Tula 122 grain ammunition 7.62x39 the same as they're pricing their Hornady 5.56 brass. So pretty insane. It was like $10.99 for a box of 20 rounds, but that's actually nothing compared to what I saw in my local gun store just earlier. But I'll get back to that in a little bit. First, I'm going to go over this situation a little more. So of course, it's in retaliation to the Russians using a nerve agent against one of their opposition dissidents. So supposedly that's what it is, but we all know it's backdoor gun control, no legislation, no votes needed. And honestly, I kind of told you guys about this several months ago when we were talking about who's going to win the presidential election, right? So I kind of went over that. I said what Biden was going to do, what his plan was. And, so far he's delivering on his promise to his constituents of what he promised he was going to do. So import bans were on his list, and, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more in the coming months and years, from him. Now, from my local gun store, I was actually just there yesterday, and what I found was pretty crazy. So they had some Tula 7.62x39. Of course, I was curious, say, hey, how much is this going for? And you guys wouldn't believe, here in Florida, it's going for $1.25 a round. He wanted 25 bucks for a box of 20 rounds of 7.62x39 Tula. So yeah, prices are crazy. And what he said was that there's no more Tula ammunition coming to the country. They said September 7th, but in actuality, no more is coming in, and whatever's here is here, and that's it. That was his understanding of the situation, but that's not my understanding and my in-depth research that I was able to come up with. We still got time, and they still could be theoretically 12 months of shipments, as long as our boys out there make sure they put those numbers right on those Form 6s, because they could dictate how much they're going to be delivering, and it's within the next 12 months. So hopefully we're able to put in a good amount of Form 6s before then, and we could deliver a high amount to the American public for a good, reasonable price. Now, in terms of my personal stash, so last year, 2020, when the pandemic started, prices obviously were going up dramatically on 5.56, 9mm. Those were the first ones hit. Probably 9mm was hit the hardest, but then it escalated to everything else, right? It expanded from then on because 9mm was the most popular. But what I did notice last year was that 7.62x39 was one of the last ammunitions to actually go up in price. So last year what I was doing, because I do like to buy ammunition regularly, is focus on 7.62 by 39. Obviously, I'm not a guru. I didn't know that this particular sanction was going to happen at this particular time, although I always knew it was a threat. So I just stacked up on 7.62 by 39 since last year. I literally had orders that were coming in 6-7 months later, just literally a month ago, 2 months ago. I had orders from last year coming in because I set up so many. Because what's nice about setting up orders in advance and back ordering stuff is that you can always cancel it if you want to. If prices could change, you don't like it, cancel your order. But in this particular situation, it worked out to my favor because I still got, 2019, 2020 prices, and it's 2021. So pretty good deals I was able to get. When this news broke actually on Friday, I found out probably within 2 hours of the breaking news, and I literally jumped on and whatever any sensible person would do, and picked up about 3,000 rounds of Tula for 30 cents a round. And I'm telling you, hours later, it went up to like 50 cents a round. So, well, like 40 cents probably that night. Following day was already like a 50 cents a round. And this is on AmmoSeek, like cheapest ammo out there. So probably the best 950 bucks I ever spent, is that last shipment, but it hasn't shipped yet. I'm praying it doesn't get canceled just like everyone else that put in their orders. But I don't know. We'll see over the coming days. Hopefully the company honors that order that I placed. So we'll see about that. And then in terms of what's going to happen to the ammo market, that's another situation that we're looking into now. It's going to be tough, man, because if you're a new gun owner and you're deciding, should I get an AK or an AR-15, and you're seeing this crisis with the ammo situation, almost might as well go the AR-15 route. But there is a very strong cult following behind the AKs, and there's a whole culture behind it. If you look on Reddit, Reddit/AK47, really nice group and community out there, and putting out good information. There's a lot of enthusiasts, so I think they will continue to go on. There's other countries that are going to be supplying ammunition 7.62 by 39, like Southern Bellet. I know some Serbian ammunition might be coming through. So we do have other suppliers out there. They're not the only ones. And, USA could hopefully step it up. I'm all for US companies, pushing out their products. So hopefully, Remington, Vista Outdoors, which makes Federal, and American Eagle, maybe they could tool up, and Hornady and all these brands that we're familiar with. So hopefully they'll tool up. But in the meantime, I'm not sure. I think it's potentially possible that you see a drop in AK prices unless there's going to be a potential ban on AKs, right? Which is always a threat right now. So it's kind of a balance. I think for new buyers, they might not get into it, but if that fear starts creeping in on the AK market, it could definitely come in, and people might start buying up, the AKs back, up to big prices, how they were now, basically. Last year, or a couple of years ago, I was able to get this gun, my Arsenal Sam 7 SF. I was able to pick this up for like 1,200 bucks. Now it's like, what, 1,700, if I'm not mistaken. So, prices have been going up. I got here, Sam 7K, smaller one here. I got an RPK behind me. So I am a big AK fan. This does affect me a lot, but like I said, I've been stacking up since last year. So I'll go through a little bit of my inventory here and give you guys a quick look at what I got. So here's a quick look at my RPK, Sam 7K, and then here's the gold. So here I got some Wolf I was able to get. This is 7.62 by 39, 123 grain, as you can see there. Got 4 cases, and this is honestly the best right here. I got Bernal. This is straight out of Russia, 7.62 by 39, 1,400 rounds, hermetically sealed. And for you guys that are not familiar, that basically means that it's in a vacuum sealed. This will literally last hundreds of years, if preserved, as long as it doesn't get rusted, which I don't believe it will. Got some Golden Tiger here. And that's also some really good stuff that I'm very happy with. Shoots really great out of my guns. So definitely got some good stuff. Also have a couple cases in the back of Wolf, kind of same stuff. And one of my favorites is actually some subsonic ammunition I was able to get from K-VAR. So I'll show you that real quick. So here's my other little stash that I got. Some Barnall, definitely some of my favorite stuff. But this stuff right here is some of the best, which is the subsonic, because I do have a suppressor for my AK, and that stuff runs super quiet. So luckily I have a case of it, 1,000 rounds. So it should last me a little bit. We'll be able to make a couple cool videos with it. But that's pretty much it. If you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. WRG out.